They say your wedding day is the most important day of your life, a celebration of love, commitment, and new beginnings. But for Allison from Dickinson, Texas, her special day seemed incomplete without her brother, Wesley, a United States Marine. Ever since she was little, Wesley had been her hero, her confidant, and the one who always knew how to make her laugh. But duty called him away, leaving Allison to face her wedding day with a heavy heart. Would she see her brother on her big day? Or would the empty chair at the ceremony symbolize the sacrifice he made for her? Join us as we take a deep dive into this heartwarming tale. Growing up in a military family means frequent moves and new beginnings, which is why Allison and Wesley were incredibly close. They were each other's best friends, sharing secrets, dreams, and laughter. Even when they grew older and their paths diverged, their bond remained steadfast. However, the Marine Corps lifestyle is demanding and lonely, with service members often away from home for extended periods. And now it seemed the Marine had left them once again. Allison had been counting down the days until her wedding to Matthew, a local firefighter and the love of her life. The couple had to plan the event together, pouring their hearts into every detail. But Allison couldn't shake off the feeling that something was missing. Her brother Wesley, stationed overseas with the Marines, had told them he wouldn't be able to make it home for the wedding. Despite the disappointment, the family understood the commitment Wesley had made. Being a Marine meant putting duty and service before personal milestones. Still, it didn't make it any easier for Allison. The day finally arrived. Allison woke up early, excitement and nervousness bubbling within her. Today was her day. Yet a part of her wished her brother was there. She missed his goofy sense of humor and the way he always knew how to cheer her up. As she got ready, memories of Wesley popped up. There was the time he defended her against bullies, the late-night talks, and the silly inside jokes. Their bond had been forged in these moments, making his absence even more profound. With a deep breath, Allison pushed those thoughts aside. Her wedding would be beautiful, filled with love and support from her family and friends. She would cherish the memories with Wesley, but it was time to move forward. Putting on the wedding dress, a symbol of new beginnings, she took a moment to collect herself. She looked at her reflection, realizing this day wasn't just about her, it was about the future she and Matthew were building together. Her first look with her father was a mixture of emotions: joy, pride, and a hint of sadness as they embraced. He had always been her rock, her protector, just like Wesley. Now it was his turn to pass the torch to Matthew, a new protector, a new source of strength. Allison knew Wesley would have been by her side if he could have been there. But as she walked toward the altar, hand in hand with her dad, she felt a surge of confidence. She was marrying the love of her life and beginning a new chapter in her story. But little did Allison know a surprise was waiting around the corner. At the altar, her stepfather stepped forward, a familiar figure standing beside him. But it wasn't her stepfather. To her astonishment, it was none other than her brother Wesley, in full Marine uniform. Tears welled up in Allison's eyes as she realized he had made it. All the months of wondering, hoping, even doubting, vanished in that moment. Wesley, who had been stationed halfway across the globe, had managed to secure a surprise. Leave against all odds, he had journeyed home to be by his sister's side on her special day. Allison couldn't believe her eyes. Her brother, her hero, stood before her looking as dashing and charming as ever. The Marine had kept it a secret, not wanting to raise hopes or disrupt the wedding plans, but his presence there, in that moment, was the ultimate surprise. As the guests wiped tears from their eyes and the photographer captured the unforgettable reunion, Allison felt a wave of emotion wash over her. The weeks of preparation, the hopes and dreams, all of it paled in comparison to this, the joy of seeing her brother. The ceremony continued, filled with laughter, tears, and promises. Wesley, despite his initial shyness, had managed to pull off the surprise of the century. The Marine had prioritized family, showcasing the incredible bond they shared. Allison and Matthew exchanged vows, promising to love, honor, and cherish each other. In that moment, Allison knew she had gained not just a husband, but a brother-in-law who had shown extraordinary dedication and love. The reception was filled with dancing, delicious food, and heartfelt speeches. The highlight, of course, was Wesley's surprise. He had managed to keep it a secret until the right moment, ensuring the spotlight remained on Allison and Matthew. It was a testament to his thoughtfulness and the depth of his love for his sister. Family members and friends gathered around, sharing in the joy and congratulating the newlyweds. There was joy, laughter, and a sense of unity that transcended words. Later, as Allison and Matthew stole a moment away from the festivities, they couldn't help but marvel at the surprise. The Marine had pulled off the impossible, showing up on a day that mattered the most to Allison. It was a gesture that spoke volumes about his character and the strength of their bond. In an interview after the wedding, Matthew, the groom, couldn't hold back his admiration for Wesley. He described the Marine's surprise as one of the most powerful emotional moments he had ever witnessed. For him, it was a privilege to be accepted into the close-knit family, and to have Wesley's approval meant the world to him. Wesley, the Marine, was humble when asked about his actions. He simply stated that being there for his sister on her special day was the least he could do. Despite the demands of his service, he emphasized the importance of family and the need to prioritize loved ones whenever possible. His words resonated with many, especially those in the military who often face the challenge of balancing duty with family obligations. For Allison, the bride, the wedding day was everything she had dreamed of and more. The Marine's surprise appearance had made it a day she would never forget. Walking down the aisle with the secret of her brother's presence would forever be etched in her memory. It was a moment that combined love, family, and the unwavering support of the United States Marine Corps. Days turned into weeks, and the memory of Wesley's surprise continued to be a topic of conversation among the family and friends. The Marine's act of dedication had set a lasting impression on everyone. It was a reminder of the sacrifices service members make and the lengths they go to for their loved ones. As Allison and Matthew settled into married life, they carried with them the joy and wonder of that special day. The Marine's surprise appearance had become a cherished memory, symbolizing the power of family and the triumph of love over distance. The story of Allison and Wesley is a testament to the enduring bond between siblings and the unwavering support that exists within military families. Despite the challenges of distance and duty, Wesley's surprise appearance at his sister's wedding showcased the dedication and love he had for her. His actions serve as an inspiration, reminding us that family should always come first and that love knows no bounds. If you enjoyed this story, please share it with others. Your support means everything to us. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more heartwarming tales. Together, let's spread joy and kindness through the amazing stories that touch our hearts.